Good afternoon. I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive, and look what I got for Christmas. Actually, this is not for me at all. These are for young people across Westchester County because of the outstanding work of a number of different organizations led by the Westchester County Youth Bureau, the Westchester County Youth Board, the Westchester County Youth Empowerment Council for Change, and the local My Brother's Keeper partners. All of these organizations have come together for the county's annual Department of Social Services holiday gift drive. And we all know, whatever our ages are, that at Christmas time, one of the most important things is that young people, young kids, have a Christmas gift, something that can make them feel the specialness of the season, and that is exactly what these organizations have done by coming together using private philanthropy, working in line with our organization as Westchester County to be able to provide some wonderful gifts for some needy children. We have a number of speakers. I'm just going to mention who they are, then introduce them in sequence. We'll first be joined by Ernest McFadden, who's the Executive Director of the Westchester County Youth Bureau. Much of this has been his vision during his tenure in this responsibility. We have our friend Commissioner Leonard Towns, who is the Westchester County Department of Social Services Commissioner. We're going to be joined by Dr. Alexandria Connolly, who's Chair of the Westchester County Youth Board, Harry Millen, who's a member of the Westchester County Youth Empowerment Council for Change, Nathaniel Adams, our friend who's coordinator of My Brother's Keeper in the New Rochelle chapter, and we're going to have a couple of the youth leaders from MBK who will also be speaking. But underneath all of this is not a lot of words, it's a lot of good deeds, pulling together so that kids can have an enjoyable Christmas. I'm going to ask Ernest McFadden, again, who is Executive Director of our County Youth Board, to come over and get us started. Ernest, what a manifestation of a great vision. Tell us about it, my brother.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. County Exec, and as always, thank you for your ongoing support of the work at the Youth Bureau. I think every time we do an event, you make it a point to join us. So again, I thank you for your leadership over the years. Good afternoon. My name is Ernest McFadden. I'm the Executive Director for the Westchester County Youth Bureau. And it's just so fitting during this time of giving. We reached out to some of our partners, and Commissioner Towns, we were inspired by seeing the announcement of the Department of Social Service Holiday Drive. Some of the work that we do in the Youth Bureau goes beyond what's in the classroom. We support over 200 programs throughout the county each year. Most of it is after-school activities. We do have a component that speaks around civic engagement, and we thought that this would be an ideal opportunity to support your initiative in providing holiday cheer to those young people who are in your care. And so that's what you have here today. As the county exec shared, we want to hear from the young people, because that's what it's really all about. You know, inspiring them to do different, to do something different, to think of others before they think of themselves. And I think this culmination of what we have done really speaks to that. So I just want to share a couple of things with you. We've had the Youth Bureau, we've had a long-standing relationship with the Lower Hudson Valley MBK Alliance, and those are 7 MBK communities throughout Westchester, and every time we call on them, they're always there. And so we reached out and said, we know one of the mission of the My Brother's Keeper initiative launched under the Obama administration talked about giving of yourself. And we thought this would be a great opportunity to do a civic engagement. And I gotta tell you, all 7 of these MBK partners, they're competitive. I'm gonna let Mr. Adams tell you about that competitive juice. And I think that spilled over into the young leaders that they have. Each of our MBK partners have what they call fellows. Those are the leaders within their organization that talks to other young people. When I approached Deputy Commissioner Lizette Amato, probably about 3 weeks ago, I said, I have an idea. My team has talked about let's do something. And she shared that the department has about 1,000 young people in their sphere, if you would, not all in care, of course. And my goal in my head was, let's do 10% of that. If we can raise 100 gifts, that'll be monumental. I'm pleased to report today, we exceeded that. We're at about 30%. What we're going to be donating to the Department of Social Service is about 350 items. And again, the Westchester County Youth Bureau, we support programs and we support young people. So I thank you for that round of applause for the Westchester County Youth Bureau, but it wasn't us. We were a small component of that. The 18 fellows that makes up the My Brother's Keeper Alliance in Westchester, they're responsible for that. They went out and knocked on doors. They went out and gave letters. And so it would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge each one of our MBK partners here. We have our great community of Ossining, Dr. Ann Daly with us. You know, I'm a little biased to Ossining for, you know, that's my town. We have, as mentioned, Mr. Nate Adams from the great city of New Rochelle and the Huguenots. We cannot forget our big brothers down in Yonkers. So we're joined by Mr. Greg Joyner from Yonkers MBK. Our neighbor to the west of us, we have the town of Greenburgh, and our leader, Mr. Anthony Gaines. And the ground that we stand on is in the city of White Plains, so I want to recognize Monique Adams with and of course, in collaboration with the White Plains MBK is my good friend Frank Williams with the White Plains Youth Bureau. Peekskill, unfortunately, was unable to join us today, but they did contribute. Dr. Daly heads up the Peekskill MBK initiative. So part of what we try to do with young people in terms of the importance of giving back, partnership matters. We decided to join in this endeavor to really, really jumpstart this. And again, it goes much further than just identifying toys. It builds into these young men and partners that we have collaborated with around the whole notion of generosity, giving of myself on behalf of others. And I absolutely cannot mention one of our other partner here, our Youth Empowerment Council, Harrison Millen. And it was a Friday afternoon. I have to tell this story. You may have had it. You may have it in your remarks, but I have to tell it. It was Friday afternoon. Me and the team was about to sort of unwind for the day. Harrison and his mother showed up at the Youth Bureau office with a bag of gifts. And we was like, oh, okay. His mother said, oh, don't worry about it. We have lots more. By the time they finished, I think we ended up with about 60 gifts from Harrison and the Youth Empowerment Council for Change. And so with that, I'll pause there, but it's all about the young people. We simply facilitated the opportunity. Leonard, you and your team, and I see Barbara back there. Barbara, thank you for your years of steadfast support of the holiday drive. And it warms my heart just to see young people doing positive, because we see all the other stuff on the news, but this is what's important. And to my staff, Vanessa and Chandra, thank you for putting up with me, and just thank you for that. So I'll turn it back over to George.
Thank you. And Ernest has taken over the leadership of his department, and he's doing an outstanding job. Thank you, Ernest, for your leadership on all of this. Next up is Commissioner Leonard Towns, Westchester County Department of Social Services. This is the largest department of county government, and it impacts people's lives in perhaps the most profound way across a wide range of things. And somehow he's always cool with a smile on his face. I don't know how he does it, but Leonard, you got to give me some of that special mixture that you use.
Thank you, George. Good afternoon, everyone. You know, when you speak gift drive, you have to speak Barbara Sabater, and I just want to thank her for starting this initiative in the department. It's lasted and it's expanded, and this is just a living example of how it continues to grow. And as I look out amongst you young men, I see a future. I see a light. You guys are a light to a greater future for this nation when you do things like this. When you consider others better than yourself, you can do no greater thing. And it will reflect in your life tenfold as you move forward. So I want to thank you all for the giving you've done in this situation, and all the agencies that came together to make this happen. This is important. Collaboration, working together. I'm looking forward to doing great things with Ernest and your Youth Bureau going into the future. Frank, you know how we do. We're going to keep it going. And you young men, anytime you need a shout out, you want to talk to somebody, I'm there. I'm available to be any kind of support you need because you are the future. So remember that. Thank you. Happy holidays to everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, Commissioner Leonard Towns. Next up, we have a woman who's been involved in so many good things in so many different ways in Westchester County, Dr. Alexandria Connolly. In this particular role today as chair of the Westchester County Youth Board, but her involvement and her efforts are known in so many different ways in the community to help bring social justice and a better life for people. Dr. Connolly, thank you for being here.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Connolly, and I am a proud MBK mother. So I don't have any children, but I raised hundreds of kids through the Yonkers system. And let me tell you, you guys look amazing. Let me just stop. Can we give them a round of applause? You probably look amazing every day, but I don't see you every day, so I'm gonna tell you today. So in 2016, Yonkers took the MBK challenge. I was given 15 kids with no playbook. So I just said to the kids, roll with it. And they were amazing. First year I graduated 17 students, all went to college. The entire time I was at Yonkers Public Schools, we accumulated $1 million in scholarships. One of my students sat on stage with President Obama himself, and another one was a legacy and spoke at MBK in New York State. I tell you that to say that the possibilities are endless. Don't let anyone crush your dreams. I am honored to be the chair of the Westchester County Youth Board. It's a privilege to be part of a community that's so rich in history and culture and resources. However, Westchester County is one of the wealthiest counties, but we still have families who need our support. It is essential to acknowledge those families, to see them. Today we have the opportunity to make a difference. This is very personal to me as I grew up in Yonkers, and you know that because I say Yonkers and not Yonkers. I'm a product of School Street and the foster care system, and there were years I did not ever get Christmas. And so it's important to me that every kid gets Christmas, Hanukkah, Diwali, or Happy Festivus to the best of us. I believe that every child deserves the opportunity to celebrate the holidays, whether it's Christmas, Diwali, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Lunar New Year, or any other special occasion. Your generous donations, your time and your effort, which you have already poured in your communities, your kindness and your compassion will bring light to a child this year, bring hope to a family this year. And so I thank you on behalf of the Westchester County Youth Board, on behalf of our county exec and our executive director. Thank you for your time, because you could have been doing something else, anything else, like gaming, basketball, girls. So thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Dr. Connolly. I'm not sure that those items were in the exact order that... But these young folks have a great future ahead of them. And at some point in time, Frank Williams and I are going to get them into Grandpa's United, but that's a little ways down the road as we stand now. Next up, I'd like to invite Harry Millen, who's a member of the Westchester County Youth Empowerment Council for Change, to join us. Thanks very much, Harry, for being here. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Latimer. So to start, I would like to thank Mr. McFadden for helping to guide our Westchester Youth Bureau. This would have not been possible without him. This year's Department of Social Services Holiday Gift Drive has been a wonderful opportunity for the youth of Westchester to support each other. I have experience with the support the Department of Social Services provides and the tremendous need to uplift our youth. 2 years ago, my family adopted a foster child into our family. She went from a stranger to my sister in a single day. Emma came into our family at 10 years old, having survived a very difficult childhood and many temporary foster homes. As a foster child, Emma often felt left out of holiday celebrations. Gifts are so important in helping children like Emma feel included in the hopefulness of this season. Emma often shares that the hardest part of foster care was being afraid she might lose all her hope. I was overwhelmed when collecting for this gift drive by the generosity of our Westchester community. Friends, family, neighbors, and even strangers all said yes to giving. I know these fantastic gifts will bring so much joy to everyone who donated. Your kindness and generosity is so appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Harry. Next up, my friend Nate Adams, who does MBK work in New Rochelle. He's done an outstanding job then. We've been with him at the New Rochelle High School auditorium with the outstanding program there. And I know that Yonkers and Greenberg and Peekskill, you know, but I'm a Sound Shore guy, so I'm kind of leaning a little toward New Rochelle. Nate, come on up here. Give him some of that Huguenot.
Thank you, George. Pleasure. I definitely find this moment without robbery just wanting to thank Ernest McFadden, who brought this idea to the table for our young men and for our communities to come together in a very special way. Throughout these holidays, so many of us have peers and friends that are not fortunate to be able to have the holidays that some have. And we knew that it was very important for us to come together in a very competitive way as communities. But there was a fire that came about us. There wasn't a can't attitude. And when I use the word can't, I say controllable actions negating our truths, our talents, and our triumphs. Today we triumphed. Today we came together as communities, as one. And it wasn't about the adults. This initiative was about teachers, administrators, family members, ourselves. As we were walking out the door today of New Rochelle's high school, teachers were saying, hey, I still have gifts for you. Hold up, we good. But this was truly a community effort. And I want to thank Westchester community, Westchester County, because you have been on the front line for My Brother's Keeper from day one. President Obama initiated this initiative back in 2014. In 2015, so many communities from Westchester County stepped to the forefront and said, we are My Brother's Keeper. And here we are. New Rochelle in April will be celebrating 10 years of My Brother's Keeper. Yonkers is right behind us. Everybody's around this whole impactful program and initiative. And it would not have happened without the leadership of Westchester County. So we thank Westchester County. We thank the New York State Education Department. We thank our fellows, our young men. And we have a couple here. Come on over, come on over, come on. We want to thank our fellows. We all go through these milestones, 6 different milestones of maturation to manhood. And we're so pleased with these young men because we elevate them to a higher level. But they know that there's peers back at school that want to be fellows. So I challenge y'all for next year to get the next group ready. Because if we did 350 this year, next year we're going to do 700. All right? So we continually thank you, Ernest, my brother, Leonard. It's been a long time. Some of my early work with the Boys and Girls Club started with Leonard, myself, and one of our Huguenot legends, Ray Rice, came and spoke at Children's Village. And so we're super excited about regaining this partnership with you. The best is yet to come. And if any of my fellows, you have any words you want to say?
Yes.
Okay, please, please.
I don't have much to say because I'm not really a speaker, but I represent MBK White Plains, and if you were to ask me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest. If you were to ask me 2 weeks ago, do I like receiving gifts or giving gifts, I would have said receive. But after this, I would say I like giving gifts. Yes. Because the joy, you get so much joy, and once you get so much, you forget to give back. So this gave me the opportunity to realize I need to start giving back to a lot of people, and I'm just grateful for this whole opportunity. And I would like to thank Mr. Where's he at? Where he at? Oh, Mr. McFadden and the whole Westchester. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Corbin Wright, senior at Charles E. Gordon High School. On behalf of Yonkers, MBK, and the 2024 New York State Fellows, Samuel Rodriguez, Raheem Aziz, and Lenny Terribrio, Fidel and I, He's over there. Thank you for showing up. We'll be representing New York State Yonkers MBK. I'd like to start off today by thanking everyone for being here and Mr. McFadden and your team for allowing and encouraging me to be in front of you all today. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And with that being said, giving is a gift, and being able to give is a blessing. The will of giving makes everyone involved stronger, whether it's sentimental or material. Joy is spread nonetheless. I'm proud to be a part of this community and glad to see it thrive every day. At long last, these gifts are going to deserving young people, and I hope they enjoy them. Thank you all for your time. We are my brother's keeper.
And in parting, we say NBK all day. NBK all day. NBK all day. God bless you.
Good job, Nate, and the young men from MBK. I want to also extend the good wishes of Ken Jenkins, who's our Deputy County Executive. He is elsewhere on assignment, but very much a part of the decision-making that went into working together with Ernest McFadden and his team and all of the other groups that are together. Let me just close out this moment by sharing a thought that we are at this time of the year. Many major religions are celebrating one ceremony or another with different ethnic communities. We come to this time of the year, we celebrate Christmas, we celebrate Hanukkah, we have the celebration of Kwanzaa that will take us between Christmas to New Year's. New Year's Day itself, we have the Three Kings event that falls after New Year's that people look at. And we do have lots of different traditions in this county, from the Jewish to the Muslim to the Buddhist to the Hindu and all other religious. But as a Christian myself, I think about, in the closeout of our event today, the words that come from the book of Matthew, where it's described that at the end of days that the Lord makes a decision as to how he divides the people who have lived a good life and those who have not. And he says to the people, when did you see my brother in need? When did you see him hungry? When did you see him naked? When was he a stranger and you welcomed him in? When was he in prison and you went to visit him? When you did this for the least of my brothers, you did this unto me. These young folks, all the people who have gone out of their way to provide something for the least of our brothers, those children for whom Christmas would be just a passage of a day, but now has something in it to spark them, to make them feel that they have, they're seen and they're respected, and there's an esteem and there's a place for them to rise. Because as some of us, Dr. Connolly grew up on the streets of Yonkers, I grew up as a young boy in the south side of Mount Vernon, who grew up wherever they did, and to have the hope that your life could be better. That's what these young people have given to other people, and in so giving, they themselves are showing themselves to be the people that, under any religious context, an Almighty looks down on with favor and kindness. This generosity has come because of hard work. May we always have that spirit here in Westchester County. I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive. Thank you for watching. We wish you all a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, and all of the other holidays we celebrate this time of the year. And may you have the blessings of the Almighty with you and your family.